AEW. Christine DeVries with AEW coordinates a tutoring program at both Chimacum Primary School as well as Port Townsend Elementary School. So I'm just talking about Chimacum because that's what I know. So if you're interested in being a classroom tutor at Chimacum Primary School, which is pre-K through first, in case people are curious, they're not trying to put you in with really big kids. They're very little, very fun kids. There's reading groups and math opportunities. If you're interested in sitting down and reading books, helping kids understand what the letter J looks like, helping them make a letter K, opportunities in math, helping kids learn how to use a number line so that they can count 3 plus 2, follow it up, and understand, really what your basic numbers are. There are lunchroom and recess social opportunities. Essentially, lunchroom is when the teachers get their lunch break as well, and so the children are in the lunchroom with one supervisor for all the little tables. Kids raise their hands, they need their milk cartons opened, but they like to have conversations. Do you like your peanut butter and jelly wrap? Are you going to drink your milk today? It helps keep the kids a little bit focused. If you choose to volunteer, you're just given one table. You don't have to do all of them. But you work with that one table. They need a napkin, maybe you go get them a napkin. But it's primarily giving them an opportunity to have a conversation. They don't always get a lot of conversations really focused on them. Oh, I like your pink shirt today. I like, oh, those are fun shoes. They light up. And really just giving the child a little bit of extra focused attention. Also, recess interactions. Bounce a ball back and forth. Clap for a child who goes down a slide for the first time. Again, just opportunities to provide a little more social interaction with these young children who may not get as much. Maybe both of their parents work. Maybe they're with a single parent family. Everyone's working really hard, but it's nice for the child to get a little bit of extra focused attention. Also in the library, you can help reshelving books, reading a story, assisting with coloring and other activities. I do all of these. I go on Thursday, I do reading groups, I do lunch, I do recess, I do math, I do library shelving, and then I do a final library coloring. It's really kind of fun interacting with the kids, and they love having the extra adults there. So many, or not so many, there are children who have challenges at times, and the teacher has to be involved with those children, helping them get control, making sure that they're staying focused. And that leaves a lot of quiet children, maybe without as much personalized attention. And so as a volunteer, being able to go in and help that child, that quiet child, find the green crayon, is hugely satisfactory for them to get that extra support. If any of you are interested, these activities are all coordinated by Christine DeVries. They're open to everyone. They love men. Quite frankly, about 90% of the tutors are women, but it's great to have additional men in the classroom showing, that level of big boy, big father, support in the classroom as well. So please, if you're interested in this, feel free to reach out to Christine and become involved with the Chimacum Primary School. You do have to pass a background check. It's not a fingerprint one. You just go into the office and fill out the paperwork, and they'll do the calls around and make sure that whoever is volunteering in the classrooms appears safe to do so. If you're interested in financial support opportunities for the primary school, at the beginning of the year, I sent out a message about some items that they were raising funds for. I'm happy to report that we did. We raised all the funds to build the pirate playship. So this was the supplies, and the actual shop at Chimacum High School is going to be where it's built. So that will give those kids an opportunity as well on building structures like this. So that part was done. Also, we were looking for funds for that to cover the cost of the Healthy Snack program, and that has been generously supported for this year. So, it was really great to have volunteers step up with that level of financial support. There are always more wish list items. Most of us are aware that Chimacum School is not a high money school, and so any items such as computers, computer software, classroom supplies, all of those are on the wish lists. Any donations that go, with Christine coordinating it with the AEW, which they have a 501c, it's all tax deductible, and you can make sure that your funds can reach Chimacum School, primary school for assistance. Does anyone, before we move to the band, Does anyone have any questions about the Chimacum Primary School? Okay, moving on to the band. Most of you are aware, if you saw any of the newspaper headlines a couple of weeks ago, the Chimacum High School Marching Band, the Cowboys, have been selected to represent the state of Washington next year in Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July parade, which is the 250th anniversary. So, as you might expect, there's massive fundraising underway. They need to raise all the funds for travel, renting the instruments because they can't travel with all of their big instruments there, so only the little ones will have to rent the bigger ones when they get there. They also have stretch funding goals. They've got great uniforms, wonderful, heavy, wool, leather uniforms. They were primo uniforms over 50, 60 years ago when they were purchased. Quite a nice investment. And all of the volunteers in the booster group have worked diligently to maintain those uniforms through the years. And they're still great around here in foggy parades and such. There's a concern that they're not going to be ideal uniforms for 95-degree humid weather in Washington, D.C. next summer. So they're hoping to get enough funds to invest in some summer weight uniforms. And they're also hoping to be able to put together a color guard. Recruit one, train one, get some flags, and send those folks along as well. So the marching band is complete with a little color guard and a marching band. There's volunteer opportunities to help raise funds. You can use your musical talents with the band students. If you've got any interest at all in figuring out how to help support, you can reach out to the band director, Daniel Furland. I will tell you that my husband, Michael, this is where he is. I'm in the primary school. He's over here one day a week running trumpet sectionals with the band students, 7th, 8th through high school. If you know how to read music, you might remember COVID several years ago. A lot of your high school band students did not get the intro to band or the intro to music that they should have had in 7th and 8th grade because they were out with COVID. So one of the challenges with the band program right now, one of the items that Michael finds when he works with the students, they may not know key signatures. They may not exactly know how to read music as much as just, exact piece that they're playing. So there's many ways, if you've got musical background, to help, these students over at the Chimacum High School working with the band, and just, even if you're not an active, band member, if you're a violinist, you know how to read music. So, again, if you've got any interest at all, feel free to reach out to Daniel. And the final slide is how you can donate to the band. So this is their booster page. They have a button on it that says click to make your donations. That will send you straight to this page, which is also from this page, where you can help to send the Chimacum Cowboy Band to Washington, D.C. for July 4th. So if you're looking for any end-of-year taxable donations, any final gifts that you'd like to make, please consider the Chimacum Cowboy Marching Band and their big trip. Really, trip of a lifetime for these students to get to D.C. in such a big occasion. So, does anyone have any questions? Yes?
I saw in the newspaper that the band is having a concert on December 18th at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Holiday features, and I assume an opportunity to donate.
I'm sure any of those Chimacum Band concerts are a great opportunity to donate. Again, if you do volunteer with the band like Michael, you can actually play in those concerts. He does help out a little bit when they're trying to get some of those final pieces in there. It's nothing like playing in a concert, sitting in a group of 7th and 8th graders as an adult. So, yep.
Thank you.